Hello everybody, welcome to my tutorial on how to make your bumper look sparkly and glittery. Right now I have a metallic color sparkle. Looks like a million diamonds on it. And I'm going to tell you how I did it here in a second. Right now we're going to check it out. When it sparkles, you see all sorts of colors like blue, red. It's very cool. Yellow, kind of like diamonds. And there's a secret to how to do it like that. Basically, if you don't do enough clear coats, you won't get this effect. So, if you want to be on the cheap side and only do a couple clear coats, you're not even gonna get half that kind of sparkle. All right, guys. So, to get this effect, you need about 5 full clear coats. That means like 2 clear coats in one day. You do two clear coats, one in a two. You do it about, I'd say about 5 or 6 hours apart. You do another layer. So it'll take about 3 days of doing clear coats to get this effect. And I would say it leaves not a perfectly smooth finish, just you'll have a little bit of traction on there, which is kind of what you feel on the bumper with the original factory texture on these plastic bumpers. There'll be a little texture, but you can, if you want, you can sand that down with like a 320 grit and then do your final clear coat, and then it'll be nice and smooth for you, and then buff that. Alright, but I wanted a little texture on this bumper, so let me tell you how I did this. First, on the plastic bumper, you want to do your primer. Alright, about 2 coats of primer. Then you do a 220 grit sand on that primer, and when you did that primer, it'll reveal any deep scratches or nicks and stuff in your bumper. Then you want to fill that in with a little Bondo, sand that back down to 220. Alright, that would be the first step. Second step is I use this high performance enamel. I put this, it's got a little glitter in there, you can see. I put like 2 coats of this on there. Alright, covered that primer up with that, and then after 2 coats of that, first of all, let's talk about prices. Primer, I would say I used about 5 of these, okay? They're around $8 a can. So 5 times 8, there's 40 bucks. Alright? And I'd say I used 5 of these guys. I know about probably 4. Yeah, I'd say round it up to 5 of these guys. These are about $9 a can. So there's 45. So you're $85 plus your Bondo and your sandpaper, okay? Then I used the glitter, okay? I used about 7 cans of this glitter. Now this is expensive glitter, Rust-Oleum, and the Rust-Oleum glitter is about $14 a can. So 7 times 14, you're looking at 70 plus 4 times 7 is 28. So little under $100 of the glitter. Okay. And then clear. Alright. I would say I used about 8 cans of clear on this. I'd round it up to 10, okay? 10 cans. So 10 times 7 on that is 70. So you got a total of 100 plus 80 plus 70 be 180, 250. I'd round it up to $300 in paint. So I could say there's about $300 paint job for the glitter effect. $300. And you want to let it cure for about 3 days. Let that, all 5 of those coats of clear to cure. And you will have the most awesome sparkly bumper in town. Alright guys. I did the front bumper. That was about 300 bucks. Back bumpers, 300 bucks. Now I'm going to do the side plastics, the lower side plastics. It's going to be all the way down along the side of the little Ford Escape. Do the side plastics. I'd say about $250 on each side. So that's 600 plus 500. About $1,100 in paint, plus your free labor. All right, guys. All right, enjoy and have a great evening. Thanks for listening to my tutorial. Like I say, if you want a nice smooth finish, a really smooth finish, take a 320 grit over that lightly. All right. And then do you want to wet sand that also? You want to do a wet sand at 320 grit. Alright, and then do your final, would be a 6 coat, and then buff after that, right? And you don't want to do a high speed buff because that'll burn it. Do a real low speed buff with your buffing pad. And your buffing pad about 6,000 grit, okay? Alright, thanks for watching.